Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream. Yes, indeed, we are live. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. It's Friday already. How did that happen? That's unbelievable, isn't it? Anyway, welcome to the stream, and if you're watching the video on YouTube, hi all, and welcome to the video. Now then, I'm just doing the social media bits. It will take but a moment. Score pleb, redeem check posture for 200. I will as soon as we go to the live screen. Otherwise, I could just say I've done some stretching exercises and you'd have no idea if I had or I hadn't. Because there's no camera yet. And if you're on YouTube, there's no camera anyway. Blue Sky. I always forget Blue Sky. Why do I? It doesn't matter. New post. Boom, boom. Post. There we go. Is that everything? I think. Oh no, Discord. Need to Discord. Yeah. There we go. Oh, let's go to the live screen. All right. He wanted check posture. Okay. There we are. Posture has been checked. Yes. Where's my mouse? There we are. Right. Okay. To live and then OBS. To the live screen as well. There we go. We've done everything now. Right. Let's get off our backside. I'm doing the new broadcast beta thing on Twitch. AV1 encoding. It should look better in whatever resolution you're watching. YouTube, I'm already broadcasting in AV1 because it definitely looks better. But there we are. Right. Okay. Let's get back to Rubicar. We're still questing in Inferno. We were doing that last time, which was Monday night, I think. Right. And it's beer o'clock. I've got work early in the morning, but I'm going to get to bed early and have a big dinner before bed, so I think I'll be fine. Beer o'clock all. So Razzie, welcome. Swifters, welcome to the stream. I hope you have a great Friday evening, says Grey Goose. Thank you very much. You too. I hope you do as well. Right, okay, so, is Arbiter up this week? I've not been on. I was on Monday. I didn't notice them then. I was planning on streaming on Wednesday, but, yeah, contractual overtime, I couldn't do it, so. Or rather, you know, you gotta work. And doing a stream before or after, less fun. Royally screwed. They still haven't spawned. Oh, great. It should be, shouldn't it? It should be Arbiter Week. Forced overtime for 2 weeks. Oh, God. I mean, to be fair, we get paid really well for the overtime over any contract hours, so it's not like, you know, some overtime only pays after so many hours. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm just going to go blow my nose. I'll explain it in a minute. You didn't listen to me sniffling on the stream. That's disgusting. meant to be Alien Week, yeah, but no Spawn again. Oh well, let's grab some dailies anyway. Yeah, so with our overtime, even if you're on a part-time contract, say you're on, I don't know, 24 hours or something like that, if you work 1 hour overtime over that, you're on time and a half. Oh God, one of those shotguns, no. If you do 4 hours above your contract, you're on time and a half plus a £50 bonus, which is, what, 70, 80 bucks? Something like that. And about the same in euros. I don't know, it depends what region you're in. Google what an extra £50 is in your own currency. I've done 70 plus hours a week since February. You get 50.90 now. Would in my job anyway. Yeah, they're pretty awesome. I like that. So yeah, and they don't do it often. It's usually when there's like a really bad storm or something like that. So we know we're going to get a lot of calls, you know, for roof damage and whatever. So yeah, emergency insurance cover. So, you know, if something terrible happens, you know, you're the victim of disaster, yes, the actual emergency services are involved, you know, fire, police, ambulance, whatever. But then, you know, what do you do after that? Then, well, you phone your insurance company, don't you, and say, oh, this has happened, I'm going to need a big claim, and we're going to need a hotel, we haven't got a roof, and it's me that you're speaking to when that happens, and I'll hold your hand, I'll get you through it, I'll stay with you till everything's sorted. That's my job. Yeah, I've worked in lots of different industries. I quite enjoy this one though. It really does feel like you're actually making a difference. And people are genuinely glad and thankful for your help 99% of the time. You still get the odd person that, you know, thinks they can do whatever they want and say whatever they want to you, but you know, you just have to roll with it sometimes. Still got to be professional and polite. You know, I understand why you being upset. However, you know, please don't speak to me like that. You know, it's very rare I have to say that, but then again, they hear my voice on the phone, don't they? So maybe, you know, they hear this baritone and it sounds like an older, more responsible voice. And I'm genuinely empathetic with people when they say stuff's happened. I go, oh God, no, really? Oh, you know, I'm as a person, I'm genuinely empathetic, which is useful. Because I think people can hear that. You've got to remember there's like most, what is it, like 97% of communication is actually non-verbal or something like that, the experts say. So it's the tone of your voice, the speed at which you speak, how you're phrasing things, and then your body language and all that sort of stuff. It's all non-verbal. It's not the words you're saying, you know? So, yeah. I guess it's one of those jobs that perhaps not everyone can do it, and, you know, I get that. All right, emergency call. Last ditch, okay. But before we do, let's go to tier and get buff. So, yeah, that's what I work in now. So we do that for the insurance, but we also cover tower blocks and stuff like that, you know. So if the fire alarm's not working, you come through to us and we'll get a contractor out to get the fire alarms working correctly, because obviously that's, you know, you can't have a building where the fire alarm doesn't work, or is faulty or whatever, or you're stuck in a lift. I stayed on the line with someone for quite a long time while we got them out of the lift, because they were really having a meltdown, and I totally get it. I totally get it. You know, if you're not a fan of small spaces and whatnot, yeah, that's going to freak you out. That's not a good time, you know. It's difficult when someone is stuck in the lift because generally the signal's terrible. So you're having to say, sorry, can you say that again? You were cutting out. You know, it's not good. But yeah, we got through it. And then I do all the secretarial stuff. You know, I get it all logged on the system and yada yada yada. You made a pistol adri. All right, okay. Nice. Absolute sober. How is life? Life is good. I'm planning on it not being sober. It's beer o'clock. I'm having a cheeky beer on the Friday. Not too many. Yeah. Got stuff to do. I'm in work early tomorrow, but, you know, I'll be in work at 6, so that means I'm up about 5 a.m. If I get to bed at 10 o'clock-ish, I'm fine. You know, as I get 6-7 hours, it's not going to affect me when I get up in the morning. If it did, no way in hell would I do it. Because not in my line of work. You need all your faculties. You really do. So when we get major storms and stuff, that's when we get compulsory overtime. Or contractual overtime is what they call it. It is in your contract. You may be asked to do an extra 4 hours in a week or something like that. It's not massive. And you are compensated well for it. So right, talk to the NPC. Where are those aliens coming from? Maybe from Scroog's crashed ship. It's not a medic, is it? No. It is a medic. Get the medic. The medic will heal all the others. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I definitely prefer it to like retail. I did retail for years, as well as, you know, going out and gigging in a band professionally. It's like 2 jobs. But sometimes, you know, you got to do 2 jobs. Well, I didn't have to do the gigs and stuff, and they're a lot of hard work. It's all well and good being in your 70s in the Rolling Stones, and, you know, wafting out of your luxury coach, hotel on wheels, going on stage, playing a gig and wafting off again. But when you're small time, you know, you're the guys that are also carrying all the gear in and out. And, you know, so you finish work, you get home, you get all the stuff out of the house, load it into the car, spend, you know, however long it takes doing that, and then you got to drive all the way to the gig, you got to unload all the gear, carry it all in, then you got to set it all up, make sure everything's working great, and do a sound check, then, you know, hang around for 30 minutes or whatever, then you start the show, quick break, then you're on again, and then when everyone's really drunk and you're stone cold sober because you're driving home, you've got to pack all the gear down, get it out through a bunch of drunk people who keep offering to help, and you're like, no, you've been drinking, you're not doing any manual handling, you know. And that Marshall amp weighs, I don't know, 40 kilos or something. So and then power amps are also, and you're carrying them all awkward and trying to get right and all this, you know. Yeah. Return to the agency handler. Okay, good stuff. So, yeah, I stopped playing in a band quite a long time ago. I still play guitar, but I just, yeah, I don't know. I'd done enough at a certain point. I said, you know. Also, I was never at home, which was another thing, you know. I was like finishing work, going home, an hour later I'm out on the road, and then I'm back again at silly o'clock in the morning, and then up for work the next day and off to work, you know, so I was never at home. Always out trying to earn a bit extra, you know? Hellgear, hello, Greybeard. It's more white than grey, I think, these days, isn't it? Is it? Or is it grey? Bit of both. Bit of white, bit of grey, bit of black. Salt and pepper, I think. Mathematica, welcome to the stream. It's grey. I'm Gandalf the Grey still. I think it will go completely white eventually. Or just, it might stay silver grey. I don't know. Yeah, the hair's definitely greying now. Oh, wrong guy. I want this guy. Mission complete. There we go. Yep. Well, you know, I'm not going to complain. I still got hair on my head, so a lot of my buddies don't. You know, and they're like, oh, going grey. At least you've got hair. I'm like, fair. That said, I started getting grey hair when I was in my 20s, so, you know, I knew I was definitely going to go grey. Here I am pushing, well, I'm 56 now, guys, so... getting older. Oh, let's go talk to the warden. Yeah, so a lot of guys who are my age have little or no hair left. You know, guys I was in school with and stuff. You're 42. I remember being 42. I quite liked it. I am the, you know, I am the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. If you know your Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Douglas Adams, maybe. 42? Well, I suppose the real thing is, what's the question? Agios 87, how's it going? It's going okay, thank you. I quite liked being 40. My 30s, I think, were probably my... I don't know. I always kind of like whatever age I am. Yeah, the meaning of life. Life, the universe, and everything. And the funny thing is that Douglas Adams said it was 42 because when you were coding on a very old computer, 42 was like a Boolean entry. It could be anything you wanted. So the meaning of life is it's whatever you want it to be, you know. And it was like just a bit of silliness on his part, sort of going, well, you know, it's whatever you want it to be, but it was veiled behind some nerdish kind of stuff. Yeah, so when they run Earth, the supercomputer, and Arthur Dent pulls the random Scrabble tiles out, it's what is 6 times 7? 42. So, yeah. Because the supercomputer it isn't being run properly because it's, what was it they called? The Galgafrigians? Something like that. Crash land on the planet, and they're all the useless people from a society they sent there. So he's basically saying the reason that the question's wrong is it's a bunch of stupid people. Yeah, he says, you've been on this planet an entire year. You haven't even invented the the wheel yet. It's a simple, most basic machine known to man, which is debatable, but fair statement. And they go, well, you tell us what colour it should be. Reminds me of the crazy programmer that used to rant about 640 by 480 being God's chosen resolution. Really? Oh dear. 320 by 200, yeah. Mosaic vision. Don't need that device anymore, but I do need help with Le Prisonnier. So I'm going to bring big guns out to him. I think it'll be wise. Yes, we'll because I've not really re-geared this character since they were about level, I don't know, 100 maybe? So a lot of their gear is really, really subpar for their level. So, Londis! But many happy returns for the birthday, good sir. I did wish you happy birthday on the book face, but now I see you in person, so to speak. Happy birthday, mate. Did you go out for the night or anything? Was you out? Switched over to these now. With the capsule. It's all magnetic and stuff. A lot less messy and whatever. I'm talking to Londis about it because he sells them for a living. What the? Oh yeah, of course he's in Shadowlands. Right. Peer Pressure Peter, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I never go out on my birthday. It's the time of year. It's just nobody wants to go out on my birthday. Just how it is. It's the week after New Year. It's January the 6th. So, you ask around your mates, you're coming out? Oh, I'm on a health kick now. Christmas and New Year are out the way. I'm on a health kick. Yeah, I want to start a Facebook group called It's for Christmas and Your Birthday. You know, for everyone that has an unfortunate birthday. So if you're born like mid to late December or early to late January, you probably heard It's for Christmas and Your Birthday a lot. So yeah, I sort of want to start a Facebook group just for that. Deep thought ran for 7 million years to find the answer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fantastic books. They really are. I met Douglas Adams several times. He was a left-handed guitar player. You may not know this, but he was. And he would buy and sell a lot of old Gibsons. He was quite a fan of semi-acoustics. You know, like your Gibson's 335s, stuff like that. He's quite a big fan of those. However, when you're as famous as Douglas Adams and they put your, you know, you've been on the telly and, you know, you can't really pre-internet sell things without people figuring out who you are. So I ran a music store called Holiday Music at the time. Before it was Holiday Music, it was called Lefties. And it was like a regular guitar store. But they kind of specialised in high-end gear. And left-handed guitars, because the owner was in fact a left-handed guitar player. And that's how he came to know them and us. Now, he would show up going, oh, you know, can I put this guitar in on sale or return, please? And we'd be like, yeah, of course we can. And we set it all up for him. You know, so we take a small commission and his guitar's on the wall for sale at whatever price we've talked about. We take a small commission for selling it and then just give him the money. You know, but we don't tell them whose it is as you know, to aid with selling it. Oh God, I'm out of yelm because of some bloody crap-stained NPC. Never mind. He was an okay guitar player. He wasn't great because, you know, he just couldn't spend the time becoming better. You know what I mean? He was better than average, certainly. But, you know, you were in a guitar store with someone like myself, you know, went to a music college and stuff and could play anything. So it was quite weird because, well, not weird, but it was quite an unusual situation because he'd come in and be like, you know, he'd listen, we'd discuss guitars and we'd, you know, go back and forth and we'd sort of exchange little gems of information and stuff like that. And he would be like, oh, you know, like all kind of in awe of the team there because most of them were like pro, you know, out working musicians. You know, so he was like, oh, you can play anything on that guitar. And we were like, well, you know, it's not, it just, you know. Oh, right. Hang on. I'm mixed up which screen one. Right, there we go. Right, he should be on follow. He is, right. Yeah, so it was pretty good. It was pretty good, but he was, how do you pinch harmonic and how do you do this thing? And, you know, there was things that he didn't know how to do. And this is pre-internet, so it wasn't like you could just Google guitar lessons. You know, you had to go to someone to learn or listen by ear and kind of intuitively figure it out. I could hear how people did pinch harmonics with a pick and the side of their thumb or finger. Somehow I could hear that's what they were doing. So I just did it, figured out how to do it, you know, but not everybody can do that. That's an innate kind of trait, I suppose. I don't know. Because I learned to play way before the internet was invented. So we'd all be like, oh my God, it's Douglas Adams. And he'd be like, oh my God, these guys are proper musicians. You know, and there was this kind of back and forth was just bizarre, really. The thing was, we never talked about the books. That was the golden rule. He's here, you know, like, Doug's in. So the conversation was all about guitars. He didn't want to talk about anything else. He did not want to talk about anything else, so we didn't talk about anything else. But we all knew who he was and what he'd done. You know, we knew which books he'd written and stuff. Make his guitar talk. Many guitar players can make their guitar talk. It depends what you mean by talk. If you mean using vowel sounds with a talk box, I think Peter Frampton pioneered it, but it was a device. So what it worked was you'd go into your guitar rig, and then there would be a feed coming out of the guitar rig when you hit a pedal. Would go into a little mini amplifier, okay? And the mini amplifier was a little box on the floor with a speaker in it and like a length of hose coming up from it, and you'd put the hose into your mouth. Right, well. And then you'd go wow, 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 like that with it into a microphone on stage, and that's what people heard. I can't remember what the device is called. A talk box or something, I think it was patented as, or something like that. What was the name of the band? They did The Joker. That's the guy I remember using it to the greatest effect. You know, I'm a Joker. I'm not Joker. I just want to have some fun. Wow! All that was him using a talk box, and who else used one? A guy from the Eagles would use it as well. On like Rocky Mountain Way. forgotten his name. Joe Walsh used one as well. The guy that did the Joker, what was the name of that band? The Joker song. Steve Miller Band. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, he used to use it a lot on that. And we can see him using it in the video. Probably not. No. You can find live videos of them doing it. Ah, we got some minutes to wait. Did I tell you about my old hands? My hands are 56 years old as well. Still seem to work, thankfully. DLR band, Steve, Yankee Rose, talking guitar. Yeah, that was just a wah pedal. Steve, I did that with just a wah pedal. Because you can get quite a few vowels out of a wah pedal if you know what you're doing. And practice enough. But yeah. My old bands. I can sound you. I think maybe I've seen them. I don't understand a word they're singing, but it doesn't matter because the tunes are fucking rocking, man. You don't need to understand the words. Thor calling down thunder the whole way through the song. It's like, yeah! You just want to turn around, pick up a giant sword and charge into battle. Right. We've got about 10 minutes-ish for the prisoner spawn. So, yeah. Do you want to come? Or is that her? Was that the other character's? Oh no, it's not. Okay. Right. When you get a chance, look up Shahs on YouTube. Crazy ass AI generated videos. For the yeah, I don't watch AI videos. Don't like them. There's something just jarring about them. I don't like them. Just me. I'm not right or wrong. I just don't like them. Right, I'll be back in a minute. I'm getting a beer. Yeah, I might check it out. The problem I have with AI video is it's my own fault for becoming too informed about cinematography. So the reason I don't like a lot of pop bands and modern music is I know what went into it. I can hear it, all happening. And it's really, really soulless. There's no anything to it. And you would probably look at K-pop type bands or boy bands and kind of feel the same way. This is just regurgitated pop songs, 4-chord songs. G, A minor, or G, A, B minor, and D. There's a million songs with that same chord progression. And they sing pretty melodies over the top that you kind of feel like you probably heard before, mainly because you probably have heard them before. So they're boring and uninteresting to me. I'm not special or precious about it. It's just like, that's uninteresting. That has no emotion to it, and I find it dull. So I don't engage with it. AI videos are the boy band of cinematography in that respect. So there's not a lot of creativity in it. They go, oh, Wes Anderson. If Wes Anderson made movie X, Y, or Z, and they take the least interesting things about what Wes Anderson does as a cinematographer, and use them as a preset. Someone should make a band. You can use the 4 chords, you just got to be creative with them. There's millions of great songs that use 4 chords. Google Axis of Awesome 4-chord song. Right, there you go. Watch that. If I put it on the stream, I'll get copyright. Right.
We are the Axis of Awesome.
And I'm Benny.
We've been a comedy rock band for close to 40 years now, and all that time we've never had a hit. And
but you guys know why.
Why?
Because we never wrote a 4-chord song.
What's that? What's a 4-chord song, Benny?
Well, if you want all the greatest hits from the past 40 years, just use 4 chords. Same 4 chords for every song. It's dead simple to write a pop hit.
Just 4?
Yeah, these 4. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4 chords.
Sorry, let me get this straight, Chicken Little. What you're trying to say is you can take those 4 chords, repeat them, and pump out every pop song ever. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off, Chicken Little.
Just listen. Do you recognise this?
Yeah, that is Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
It's a great song.
Very original song.
There's a few more that fit. Check it out. My life is brilliant. My love is pure. I saw an angel.
Yeah. So, yes, you can use all those songs, but the melody's quite different. And also, the tonality of the songs change depending on which chord you begin with. Okay, so it's a bit of musical trickery, but it's to do with how diatonics work and modal interchange works. And I don't want to get too into that because then I become a music teacher. So, if you start a song on G and play G, A, B minor, D... you'll get one song, but it's still the same 4 chords. But if you start the song on D, then go to G, back and then go to A minor, and B minor, then A, you'll get a different song, but it's the same 4 chords. He goes through that, and the songs they do Journey, Don't Stop Believing, whatever that one was, Hello. Come on, Barbie, let's go party, whatever that song was called. Aha, Take Me On. Just, like, so many. And the thing is, it's true. They do. It doesn't mean you can't be creative and inventive with that. I mean, there's 12... In Western music, there's 12 notes, 8 in any given scale. Jazz, yeah, there's notes that aren't inside those conventions, but they give a tonality of kind of extended chords and things, which make it interesting to listen to, and then they do the same things rhythmically. So that's why jazz kind of, for some people, they can't quite get it, and that's fine. That's fine. But with AI video, it's very copy-paste preset. The people sort of say, oh, if Star Wars was made in the 50s and they take still photos and animate them in a kind of creepy way. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, versus what I know about framing, rule of thirds, lighting, when things are cut. Like the editing in Dune is absolutely superb. It's all on eye movement. If you watch Dune very closely, you watch when you go from camera 1 to camera 2 to the next camera, and the blocking and everything, you'll realise that it's all based on the eye movement of the actors in the scene, which is why it feels natural. And someone proved it. He said, right, look, I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit 1 second before they do for each camera change. And you watch the version where it's 1 second out and it's horrible. It just doesn't work. But then you go back and watch the original where they've edited it where people's eyes change. And yeah, it just flows beautifully. So there's a lot of technical kind of why this works, why it doesn't. And AI video just does none of it. It's completely bleh, Have you guys listened to this? The Elder Scrolls Morrowind Oblivion Skyrim guitar medley from Family Jewels. I'm not. Dragonborn is basically, well, actually, yeah, it is D, E minor, G, and A, but then it's got like a bridge and a middle 8 and stuff in it. Starts with B minor, I think. How does it go? Yeah, it starts with B minor. I tell you, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's one of those songs. Yeah. I have heard guitar covers of it, yeah. The transitions, yeah, transposing from one song into another. It's called a medley, not melody, medley of songs. You can get into them. So you can just change the key of one song so it fits changing from another, yeah. So it's called a medley when you do that. Theatres used to do it a lot. And it's primarily, play the bangers at the end of the night kind of thing. It's not new. It's like memes are not new. They're all callback jokes. You've heard of callback. Yeah, so a comedian says something at the beginning of the set, goes on a long tirade and walk, and then calls back to the beginning of the set. It's called a callback. That's what memes are. They're a callback. They're not a new thing. It's a callback. So people call back to a joke you've heard before and use it in the new scenario, and that's why it's funny. But humour, like most art, if you explain it, it stops being funny. But that's what it is. If you ask a comedian, yeah, memes are just, it's a callback gag. That's what it is. Someone's explaining some sort of scrappy theory online, and someone else will post the meme of the guy with the bits of string on the pinboard with all the photos and everything. So yeah, I like memes, but they're essentially a callback gag, you know. There we go. Yeah, so if you watch that Axis of Awesome, yeah, it's superb. If you like the Elder Scrolls and the music, yeah, I mean, the Dragonborn is a brilliant track, yeah. Man, yeah, well, there is in the original, isn't there? Well, there's a full choir. There's a male and female choir. I mean, the beginning of the song has the male choir. And when you get to the middle eight, you got these really gorgeous high notes in it, and they're all, you know, well, I'm guessing female. It sounds female, you know, just by the tonal range, you would think it's probably female. So, yeah. I don't know. I could be wrong. You know, I'm not all knowing. Right, we need to go and talk to the warden. Falsetto could work. I can go quite high with a falsetto considering I'm a baritone, but I can't sustain it. I mean, I can hit the note, but I can't stay on it. And I haven't done it in a while. My voice has deepened as I've got older. So I don't even know if I can do it anymore. My voice has always been in the baritone range, but it's at the lower end of baritone now, so I don't know. Especially in the mornings. It seems lower in the mornings. I don't know what that is. Too much growling. Yeah, I suppose all the years singing in bands as well, because I used to do backup vocals and stuff, so they say if you sing your voice deepens anyway, you know, because you're exercising that muscle. And of course, because we speak every day pretty much, then, you know, you constantly, because you're talking to everyone every day, you kind of keep that muscle in use, you know, so it stays in condition effectively. And I has my reward now. Goodbye. Oh, that doesn't move much, does it? I would like it to move more, like it does when you're low level, when you just hand in a mission and ding twice. I love that. Right, I think we're going to crack on and go to the Shadowlands, but I'm going to change out this guy. I think I'm going to use my keeper, because keepers are just so solid for everything. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We'll take the keeper out to help us get the quests done there. You want to see me, age, I think 21, I'm on TV somewhere. I think I'm in this video. So these were the seawall gave way in Towin, and you know the army and everything came in. So this is old TV footage, but if you wait a second, I think it's about somewhere. Yeah, there you go. Guess who? Yeah, me in the back of a Nissan Cabstar. No way, yes way, dude. Welcome to sunny Towin. That was me. And that was 1990, so I'm 21 years old there. Right, let's use the beacon. Yeah, that's me, dude. All my clothes were soaking wet because the tide had... This was after the tide had gone out. Before that, the water was about 4 foot deep on that road, the main road. And like 6-8 foot deep further down the road. And yeah. All my gear, all my clothes were wet. So I went to the... there was a pub with a second floor with a big restaurant at the top, and they were just... You know, no one had any electric or anything. And they were just bringing people up there, and I was going down the road, and old lady piggyback, bring them up this, you know, the first flight of stairs, and then get them up in the warm, etc. And we just waited out the tide up there. And then that was my Uncle Mike's work van. So he came and said, "Come on, we'll get everyone out." I was like, "Okay." So I was wearing borrowed clothes in the pubs, kind of lost and found. Yeah, but that was me, dude, in the purple. Fries scream. I think the highest note, is oh dear. It'll be an old video. Actually, yeah, the easiest way to find old videos of my band is go videos, start with oldest, and then you get the very early stuff from like 17 years ago, and then a lot of band videos come in after that, some 4x4 off-roading and stuff. It's one of the black and white ones. Let me just see. Doing Uprising there. Probably get a copyright claim, but.
Okay, let's punish Johnny again. Let's try it again.
Come on, pop at you when we're done. There you go. That's about as high as I go. I don't even know if I could do it now if I tried. You watch, copyright claim on that now. Yeah, but that's like an octave and a half above where I speak. I mean, you know, it's quite high for me. But it's like, like generally in chat, if you don't know what I mean, try doing an impression of a baby. So, yeah, right? you can feel that somehow your voice has moved into where the top of your head. That's why they call it a head voice. So you're using the resonant centers of your nasal cavities and sinuses and stuff, rather than your chest and where you kind of like the middle of your voice is. And it's a technique you can learn with a vocal coach. If you try and force it, you will probably damage your vocal cords, so don't do that. But you go, it's like a pretend voice. It's not your real voice. It's not taking where you speak from and going as high as you can. It's not that. A falsetto is that. It's false. It's not your real voice, hence falsetto. Oh. Following Gothic. There we go. I've done Scream that changes to clean, clear in the end. Yeah, I don't have the vocal ability. I guess maybe if I'd have put more time and effort into it, I could have done more. You know. Yeah, the heavy rock kind of scream and broken up sound of voice that sounds like you're screaming and shouting. You're actually not. You're letting your vocal cords fail. Is what you're doing. Otherwise, you would blow your vocal cords and never sing again. It sounds like your voice is collapsing, and like it does when you do shout, but that's not actually what you're doing. It's a technique in rock. If you want to keep doing it for years and years and years, it's quite different. Yeah, there's like different parts of your throat, and when you really get into singing, there's like flanges inside your throat that you can vibrate and use to do guttural singing, because it's not the vocal cords that are actually vibrating and causing resonance, so they vibrate at a different frequency. There's just like a world of things to know when it comes to singing. And you know, and I can do like 1% of them if I'm lucky, you know, but I'm aware of them. You know, when you work in a band, you learn about singing because you're working with a singer. I mean, my natural singing voice more or less sounds like the intermission music, which is why a lot of people think it actually is me. It's not, but it does sound like me. That's how I sound when I just sing naturally, you know. Because I'm singing in my natural speaking voice, in that tonal range. But, you know, there's a lot more to singing than you might think. And when people go, oh, such an amazing singer about certain people, I listen and kind of go, sounds pretty fucking ropey to me. You know, it's like, who's an amazing singer? People like Seal, what's her name? My Heart Will Go On, Celine Dion, Whitney, you know, there's loads of them that are real talented singers with a great tone, but there's so many that are just not very good tone. Yeah, like Seal, yeah, Kiss from a Rose. There used to be a Yeah, Seal's a great singer. Kisser and the Rose Seal. Yeah. When we were first introduced to Seal, he was in a band called Adamski, and he was just the vocalist for a guy that had written a song. Oh, okay. Try again. Haha! We got it. Spirit of Malice, prepare to die. Right, you can just go down here out of harm's way. Back to Keeper. Pound the snot out of this thing. Jimash and heal, thank you. See how fast the bar will empty. I could probably do it faster on the NT, but the Keeper's a better bet when you're going into dangerous areas, let's say. Things go sideways. I got blockers, ACs, evades, and yeah, yada yada yada, you know. Always want a Keeper in your team for the hard stuff. They just make the team better, pretty much. They help the team stay in the fight longer, put it that way. Yeah, the bass player in the band, he really wanted to sing on everything. He really did. That was just his thing, you know? But he's just not one of nature's natural singers. And he went to a vocal coach and everything. The vocal coach tried to work with him, but he basically sounded like... what's that movie called? It's like a parody of Star Trek, but it's not. Got Tim Allen in it. Sigourney Weaver's in it. Why have I got a massive advert up there? It was around the... It's one of my favourite movies of all time. No, come on, where is it? Should be here. Galaxy Quest, yeah. So, you remember the alien guys in it? No matter who, the way they kind of spoke. Yeah, those guys, that's what he sounded like. And it didn't matter what he did. You know, we go, right, Sally, right. Fucking every time. After I left the band, it was about 2.5 years later, he had an auto-tune pedal, which is, you can plug your microphone in it and it will keep you chromatically in tune at least. He was using that. But then he posted on Facebook that someone had commented that the backing vocals were great, trying to sort of make some point, and I was like, oh yeah, an auto-tune pedal that you're singing through. That'll help the backing vocals, mate. Dear me. Oh dear. Bless him. He was funny. Right, okay. Spilling the blood. Return to the one who asked the unasked with the information. Okay. Where we want to go? Sorrow, I think. Love him to bits, but not one of nature's singers, unfortunately. And it was a shame because he was the guy that really wanted to sing, you know. And I kind of like I just want to play guitar, and then like every singer we had, no, you're gonna do some backing vocals. Can you turn his mic down, please? I was like, okay. Oh dear. If he ever sees this, I'm sorry, mate, but you know, you probably figured it out by now. I think he went for a hearing test quite late on, and he showed me the test, and like anything over 500 hertz, he couldn't hear it. Which, oh my god, that would be awful. I'd hate to have hearing like that. So yeah, unfortunately, he couldn't tell what he sounded like. Maybe it sounded better to him. I don't know. But yeah, he couldn't really anything. And 500 hertz is not a high frequency. 1K is a high frequency. It's piercing. Your ears pick up on it. But he couldn't hear anything above that. So yeah. He showed me the chart, and I was like, "Oh my god!" It's like listening with your fingers in your ears. You know, it's not good. Bless. He was a solid enough bass player as long as he didn't get clever. I think they got a new. He emigrated to Spain, and they got another guy in who is an amazing bass player. You can tell. Yeah. So anyway, long time ago. The current lineup has been the lineup longer than I was ever in the band. So you know. You know it is, guys. These old bands, they all have these big grudges. I never had a grudge about it. It was just, yeah, one of those. Right, we talk to the Yotto and we get a beer, because I've finished this one as well. Who am I going to? Chasing Legends, Spilling the Malice Appear, Return to the One Who Asked the Unasked. Put the spirit to rest. More important matters. We didn't need all 9, so I'm going to delete the blood of the innocents. We are joining the hunt. Right, so the only one who asked the unasked told you to find the specially trained Zan, and possibly that these were given a special set of essences. The Yuttos would like you to get hold of the essences for them if possible. Resentless spirits. Restless spirits. Oh, where the hell are they? Not even sure. I'll think about it while I visit the fridge. And, you know, the recycling bin. I'll be back. I have one old song from me and my buddy. He recorded. Yeah, go on. Yeah, it's on Google Drive. Well, how am I gonna hear it then? I ain't downloading nothing off Google Drive. No offense. Yeah, upload it to YouTube or something, dude. You just add one picture to it and upload it as a video. Have a listen then. Right, so we got to do Relentless Spirits. I think I know what this bit is, but yeah, I don't down random files. I just don't do it. I'm sure it's perfectly fine, but yeah. Right, I think these are the guys way out to the east of the map. I'm not 100% sure. All right. Oh, okay. Share the link. I'll have a look. If a DOS window opens for a split second and closes, I'm not going to be happy. I got this game on Pirate Bay. Oh, wait a minute. What was that little DOS window that just opened? Yeah. A lot of people got their YouTube hacked by opening a PDF file from a prospective sponsor. That was a thing for a while, so I am quite paranoid. It's not like my YouTube channel's worth diddly, but I would hate to lose all that body of work. Even some big channels got hacked that way. I get them all the time as well, you know. Stream Elements. Can I show you one maybe? Can I, without doxing myself? No, I can't show you without doxing myself, so I'm not going to do it. I'll send you in a PM. Share it in the chat, it's fine. Yeah, that's going to be all right, I think. He's mixed it with headphones and not with studio speakers. Your mid-range is phasing. Tell him, mix it with speakers. Be it true, my lifeless heart, stop the stream of river blood. Good, but I'd remix it. I would definitely remix that. The difference between stereo and binaural, which is what headphones are, is you can't pick up on phase cancellation. And there's a lot of mid-range phase cancellation. It sounds like it was mixed on headphones, not on speakers. And you definitely need to mix on speakers. That's how it works. That's physics, you know. Vocals are on point, but they're kind of buried. Again, it's mixing on headphones. But the performance is awesome. The performance is awesome. Yeah, well, I'm at home as well, but I built a treated room with proper stereo studio monitors and stuff. Oh crap, I got this guy. Well, it's a home studio. It's a couple of Yamaha studio speakers in a treated room, but it does make a lot of difference when you do final mixes. See, when you're listening to speakers, some of the sound from the left speaker is hitting your right ear, but it's slightly delayed, obviously, because your head's there. And that does affect the tonality. If you mix on headphones only, you will hit issues like the mix. It's only the mix that has problems, nothing else. The performances are great. The guitar's on point, perfectly in time. But yeah, the mix is off. If you gave me the seeds to remix it, I would remix it for you, and it would sound a lot better. The drums are perfect, but I suspect they're addictive drums or some other impulse. I pre-recorded samples, etc. But they've already been done and balanced and everything else. That's what they sound like. Yeah, they're good. They're good. But the width isn't there. Everything's squished in the middle. And the vocals are where... so everything is mixed in the middle, which is where the vocals are trying to be. So the vocals are kind of damped down because nothing is panned out. So it's kind of like the whole mix is doing this instead of, that with the vocal doing that, which is kind of more desirable and certainly would be better to listen to that way. Right, am I safe to go and get the other character from here? Hopefully so. If I hear battle music, I'm switching screen and running like the coward we are. Yeah, if you shut your eyes and listen to example mixes while you're mixing, you'll always come out better, and especially always do it with speakers. Don't mix everything with headphones, because you will hit issues that you're unaware of. And the other test is go play it in the car. Yeah, take the track, go play the CD or whatever in the car and see how it sounds. If it doesn't sound good in the car versus the radio, then it ain't right. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying my track's better. I just think my mix is better. because I have done it on speakers. Not because I can play or perform any better. Just purely that. I don't know which one to play. I guess it doesn't matter.
Heads up!
You hear the width? And now the lead is center. But it's like hitting center but spreading out. rhythm guitars, but where are they? They're over there, out of the way. And then I do a breakdown here when we go full metal. Yeah, there's two rhythm guitars, hand left and right. So, you know, that's that. You hear the width with that. You know, like how kind of how everything's got some breathing, got some room. 255, okay. I'm going to the time marker you said. Excuse me. You double track the high and the and then the growl. That's really good, man. Yeah, the double's really good. Yeah, I like that. It is nasty, but like it's good nasty, you know? It sounds great. Because you got that going acoustically, you're going to go doing that. It's like a bird spreading its wings. It's glorious, you know? It's really good. But yeah, just get him to mix it again with speakers. And I think you'll be great, you know. Right, we're going to follow this one. Birchy, yes. Hey, Carl, still grinding AO. I see, yes. See how many people still play AO? Man, I wish there was a new AO type game or something. Yeah, me too. But they're not going to make another one. We know that the time to make another one's like 10 years ago or more. And yeah, it's just not. I think we got to accept the fact it probably ain't happening. Oh, why do these things have? All right, fine. Aggro, I will just kill you. While my other character zigzags around the map because reasons. Although it's still zigzagging around the map. That makes no sense. No one has the attention span for another AO. I do. Besides us, I guess modern games are for the modern audiences that just think Angry Birds is a cool game. And, you know, I don't dislike Angry Birds, I quite enjoy it, but it ain't the same thing, you know. Angry Birds is like playing a game of pool or something, I don't know. You know, figuring the shot out and hoping you got it right. Oh my god, where's all this trash coming from? I just saw a bunch of crap from over. What the hell? Rotting Ermite. What the hell are you doing here? I've been testing and playing Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Okay. Rotting Ermite, let's get rid of you. Where the hell is my other character? I can't... What the fluff is it doing there? It was on follow. What? How is it over here? For God's sake. Oh my God. It's like old school EverQuest like MMO. Yeah, I think there's a space for that in the market, but you know. Oh, did it run? Okay, relentless spirits. Just kill that and see what we do. We got lucky on the drop. Right, let's have you two over here. And try and find the spirit. Don't need. Just delete. Where's the spirit corpse? Is that it? Yeah. Okay, it didn't drop anything. Okay. Soldier Russell subscribed to tier 1. They've subscribed for 42 months. Oh my God. My brain in 1.1 seconds. No. Okay, don't hurt the baby. That's just cruel. I need to heal my ult. There we go. Don't hurt the baby. What if... Yeah, we all have intrusive thoughts. But, yeah, no. The point is to not give in to them. Yeah. Here's hoping the new Dune game will scratch that itch. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna give it a go. I am gonna give it a go. The Ermite is going to be a problem because it keeps disappearing and coming back. I just want to kill everything. Just die. Right, okay. And the other Weaver trash mob. It's not going to have the complexity of AO. It's not going to have the depth of character build, I don't think. Although I did see some promising screenshots, but I've not played the beta, so I don't know how it's going to go. I just don't. I saw stuff where you could see like a gear window, but I couldn't see a skills window. So we're kind of flying blind on the what's it going to be kind of deal, you know? It's Conan Exiles with Dune, yeah. I don't know. I'll give it a go because it's Dune, yeah, and I love Frank Herbert's work, but... I don't know. It's it's a what-if universe as well, isn't it? It's, what if Paul Moadib was never born and instead Lady Jessica did have a daughter? How would it have all gone, you know? I mean, that's an interesting thing to explore, but... Right, hopefully that's the end of the trash, and we can just pull relentless spirits. Oldminster, welcome to the stream. You're just looking for so... Yeah, I mean, it depends what you're looking for in, you know, because AO has so much. Just put me on follow again. And hope to God it doesn't do what it did last time. Slinking. Really? Really? You're back again? Why are you back? Because you're just going to run off. You're just going to run off again. Undead. And rotting ermite. Oh my God, I've got worms. I've got worms. Voluptuous, voluminous. Slinking. Nope, none of them. Okay, let's try and get through this area. It's a minefield of ads that you don't want. For a handful of spirits that you do want. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, let's try and not drag anything with us. Multi-predator, just F off. Seriously, just F off. Nobody, why? I'm just gonna kill you. You're just going to die, you stupid Mortig. What can you do? Right, let's pull one of the ones we need. I love in the Pantheon the buffs make a real big difference. I've not tried, so I don't know. I have obviously played other games whilst still playing Anarchy. I played Star Wars The Old Republic, and I tried Lineage 2 and a bunch of other games. But they all kind of felt like WoW clones. You know, and we know why, because the devs go to the board meetings and say, we got this new idea for a game, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, it's going to have all these cool ideas and systems in it, and they go, is it like WoW? And they go, well, no. And they go, well, make it like WoW and then we'll fund it. You know, that's where we're at. So all these great ideas just never see the light of day because you've got these suits that know absolutely nothing, have never played a game in their lives, but know what turns a profit. Making the decisions. Much like the music industry. So we're just left with, you know, that, basically. Yeah, that's it. I mean, every MMO is a victim of WoW's success. And that's not hating on WoW. You know, I don't care for WoW, but other people like it, and I'm fine with that, you know. But every other game has become a victim of the success of that game. The little buffs make a world of difference. Well, yeah, they can do. When you're trying to gear up a character. Most new MMOs I play have me play with others just to involve people getting mad at each other because they don't know boss mechanics. So it's it's it, because they're all trying to copy WoW. It's not WoW's fault for being successful, but the people that make the decisions are completely blind to any other interpretation of what a game can be. So any new ideas are just ignored. It's quite frustrating to watch. All right, we've got to wait on the respawn, Say, I got this new idea, this is going to work like this and cooperation's going to work like that. Is it like WoW? No. Make it like WoW. WoW make money. Make it like WoW. How would you develop AO? Not in Unreal 5. Everyone seems to be kissing Unreal 5's arse, and I don't agree that it's that good of an engine. Yes, it has some good features and ideas, but the transversal latency, when you play the games made in that engine, they're not that great. The end user experience, even on high hardware, is not brilliant at all. It looks pretty in videos, yes it does, but even on the highest end hardware, it's just not that great. So scrap that idea, use something else. They did the whole Avatar game in a completely different engine, and that didn't have any of the issues and looked incredible. So I would probably start with that engine. Then you would have to come up with a storyline to support the environment in the game. What comes after the Zan? Yeah, I know what you mean, but you got to start with what are you building it in? Not Unreal 5. Everyone go, remake AO in Unreal 5. No, don't do that. It doesn't. It's not suited to that. And it does have its issues. Yes, it does look pretty, but that's not the whole thing. So you're going to have to piggyback all the old, this has got to be part of it. You've got to have this deep sandbox skill system. You've got to have this. Okay, first and foremost, you've got to have this. So you can waste IP in all the wrong places and completely balls up your character. Then we're going to remove as much you must be this level to equip this as possible, so people can really sandbox. I hate puzzle bosses in games. I don't hate them, but I feel they're quite unnecessary. It's like a mini game within the game we don't need. Just make it a hard fight. Like the Beast or something like that. Which, yeah, we've got so down pat, we're not worried anymore. Alright, have you got a drop? No, because of course you don't. Yeah, I would keep it as much like Anarchy is now, with the complexity of build. I think is the biggest thing with AO that makes AO feel like AO. Da da da! We got the thing we need. Okay, let's loot it. Right, that's what we need for the hand in. And we're going to go hand in. Yeah, so you need the expanded skill system. This other stuff is not noob friendly. Most MMOs are noob friendly. They try to shuffle you to end game as quickly as possible and then put bonus items in front of you on a conveyor belt with $ signs over them. That's how they are. We're going to get you to end game before you've even grasped what the game is. And then we're going to do a conveyor belt of items that make your character better if you give us the money for them. Instead of, you can only get this item from a certain boss, and you may have to kill him 20 times to get it. Which is the old school way of thinking, but the modern way of thinking is, no, let's just charge people money for it. You can have the item, but you have to pay for it. That's how these games are now, and I would avoid that like the absolute plague, because that just immediately like kills any inventiveness, that kills any sort of investment into the character, except for a financial one, which is what they want. I spent this much on my character in Game X on loot boxes to get all the gear I've got. Well, okay. All that says is I'm an idiot who spent money on artificial items. Whereas you could say I'm an idiot who spent time and effort on artificial items. But I had a lot of fun doing it, you know? I didn't have to... Bad of time getting into AO. Yeah, I mean, when I started playing, I was, what, 32 years old when I started playing. And all the effort in the world felt like nothing. It feels like a bigger effort now that I'm 20 odd years older, but the game to me is still more fun than pretty much every other game out there. And I played Warcraft, not Warcraft, what's it called? Warframe. Yeah, that was really good for a while, and then they got too cash shop centric, and that's when I abandoned them. They said, oh, we got these new Warframes you can get, however they cost you real money or platinum, which you can buy with real money, or you have to strip your character to nothing and fight naked and spend weeks doing that and feeling the pain of doing that, and you can earn the item anyway. And I was like, how about no? You know? Ashen Viper Eye. Okay. Should we do that one? What time is it? 21:27. Yeah, okay, we'll do that one. I'm going to get another beer. Miss Noob Island. You don't have to. We can go and visit it tonight. It's still there, but you can only get there if you have a character that you left there. Hellgear freaking out. We'll do. I'll get a beer and we'll come back and we'll go visit Noob Island. Fighting sounds. Uh-oh. That might be my other character. Oh yeah, there's a couple of mobs aggroing. Whatever. It's a keeper. It's fine. Shooting at a giant bug with 100 around you with the... Yeah, exactly that. It was the community sort of side of it for me. All coming together for a common goal and whatnot. That's what makes an MMO, not the cash shop and shiny jackets and whatnot. All that stuff is just bullshit. Okay, we'll stop there. And then for Hell Gear, we're going to go visit Noob Island quickly. I mean, social features, yeah, but I mean, we've got that in AO. You can go and buy fashion items and whatnot and walk around in them in the social armor thing, but you don't have to put your hand in your pocket every time you want anything, do you? You don't have to, you know, buy another yacht for the corporate lackeys. You can just find the item and equip it. Right, so this guy. We ready? Are you ready, Helge? He's still here on Noob Island. The old character that Mrs. Callis 2 made. And he's still there, but if he ever leaves, he's never going back. Yeah, this is Noob Island on the new engine. Hello, citizen. You can still get to that startup area on 2019 every time you make a character. There you go. Unfortunately, on the new engine, there's grass everywhere up here for some reason. That's probably not meant to be there. Show me leet. Gonna freak out when he comes back and goes, oh my god, someone buffed me. There's someone else. A survivor. Yeah, I don't think he's high level enough to get over the fence. No, I can't get over the fence. But yeah, there we are. Noob Island, it is still here. Yeah, it's gonna have to be a character you made before the update that you logged off in here. So there you go. Noob Island, still here. I love this place. Yeah, so if you've got an old character that's still logged in or logged off at this location, they're still here. Oh, Siljar. What's this? Orlando Epilepsy Center. I'm gonna hell for laughing at this. God. Oh, no. Don't do it. Noob Island is no longer, so where do they put you when you make a new character? A reet, if you're playing on the main server. If you're playing on 2019, you start off in the backyard. The classic backyard as well. Yeah, a reet was the starting area after Noob Island, which was 2017, 15? I'm not sure now. 2015 maybe. They went, oh, new starter area, a reet. And that was it. We had to, you know, everyone started there and that was the end of it. So when I started making AO videos, you know, as they are now, not just old videos from pre-YouTube, because when I first made the videos, I made them and uploaded them to Google Video. It was that or Real Player, and Google Video was easier to integrate into the website for Storm. So the front page of Storm had 2 videos with music. And I'd cut the video to match the music. And then Google Video said, we've bought YouTube. Would you like to create a free, you know, YouTube account and move your videos over there? Otherwise, they're going to be depreciated, which means we're shutting it all down. So I was like, yes, please. And that's how I got onto YouTube. Before that, I hardly ever went to it or saw it unless someone shared a link or something. So that's when the videos went there, which is why it says, oh, 17 years old. And yeah, they probably are. That's round about when, you know, Google bought YouTube. Obviously, they tried to compete with it first with Google Video, but it wasn't working, so they just bought YouTube instead. Right, Snake Eyes, we need to kill one of the snake dudes. So, Ashen Viper or something. First, yeah, I can remember there was some videos on a CD or DVD that came with a magazine for AO. And I think it had that on it. If they can't replicate it, then buy it. Yeah, and then fucking ruin it. Basically, yeah. Buy the thing you want without understanding what it is and ruin it for everybody else. Yeah, that's a plan. Right, Frontier. I think there's a snake, couple of snakes. Or, oh wait, no, they're near Sorrow, aren't they? No, they're near Sorrow. Oh, okay. I just remembered where they are, and it's not here. Yeah, Musk is not... I don't want a political discussion, but yeah, Musk is kind of it's toxic poison right now for everybody and anybody around him. Money or not, you know. Some people are just not for sale. There you go. Yeah, Sorrow we should have gone out of, not here, but we'll go back. We will go back. Yes, we will. Shortly. I'm just waiting for the retaliatory tariffs from the penguins. If you haven't heard about that, just Google tariff penguin. I never know how you spell penguin. It's one of those words. Trump imposes tariffs on uninhabited islands near Antarctica. Yeah, this was just ridiculous. You can see the age difference, can't you, from a few years ago to now? I mean, my God. Yeah, they're coming for us, guys. They're coming for us. Pay my tariffs. Oh, God, you couldn't make it up, could you? Yeah. That wasn't something that was done at 3 a.m. after a lot of ketamine or something, is it? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we get enough of that bullshit all day long. We don't need it on the stream. So the general rule is just, yeah, it's happening. We know, but we're getting away from it for a couple of hours and playing some AO. AO being free to play helped a ton of us as well. Played RuneScape a bunch, but their free to play is a bit more like a trial, and WoW's $15 a month was leagues beyond what my kid wallet had. Yeah, I never liked WoW. Excuse me. I didn't like the art style. So, and then when it first released, I spent like 20 minutes after I leveled going, well, which bloody key brings up the IP window so I can, spend IP in skills? And they were like, no, you're this breed and this class, so you have to do this. And I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about? No, I'm going to make a shotgun, whatever the fuck I made, and they were like, it doesn't work like that. And I went, well, then it doesn't work. At least not for me. And I didn't like the art style. It was kind of cartoonish in a way that I didn't like. So I tried it for a couple of days maybe when it launched and never went back to it, and I never will. I'm never going to get into it if I don't like the way it looks on the screen. So if you're looking at something that you don't like, you're never going to love it, are you? Right, we want to actually go to Sorrow. I know there's a mob we need there for the Ashen Viper thing. Getting to it though, it's going to be more difficult, but hey. Let's see how Follow does this time, whether we run round the map or not. I probably would have liked WoW, all my friends had it. Nearly none of mine did. One did, and they were really into it. I was like, I don't like the art style, and there's no skills window. It's not for me. And I made that kind of choice there and then, and I don't feel any differently about that choice. You're into something or you're not, aren't you? I mean, that's just how it is. I'm not slagging it off, people like it. Why, if they like it, they like it. I'm not questioning that. But yeah, I didn't like the art style. Did not like the lack of skill system, and just felt, well, I don't know what this is, but I don't like it. Oh God, I've lost the other character. Yeah, just running randomly in whatever bloody direction. Yeah, that's what I asked the game to do. Yeah, follow doesn't mean follow. Follow means, you know, run in a random direction whenever it suits you. Clearly, that's obviously what it means. I can hear my other character getting attacked, but I'm not too worried. Okay, you're pretty safe there. Bye. Yeah, the science fiction setting as well is more me. Oh crap! No! You leave my character alone. Let's hit a heal perk. Okay, Weaver is on me. Get it off. Right, it's off. Yeah, I didn't like the way WoW looked. I didn't like the game design, and if you don't like that, you're just never going to get on with the thing. That's, you know, I'm not right, you know, or wrong. It's just I didn't like it. You know, it's simple as that. You have to kill this many trash mobs in other games, you know, that get in the way, and you're trying to get from A to B, and or can you go whizzing past them and just basically ignore them? Which would be preferable for the mobs that you don't care about. Right. Where the hell was this Ashen Viper? I think it's actually... Oh no, I think I remember now. It's not here. You've got to go the other way around. Oh God. Okay, so... let's try this the other way around. Right. Because I'm pretty sure that the lower level character, it has less run speed. Yeah, there's been a few science fiction MMOs. I mean, I kind of hung a lot of hope for Warframe, but then they went the kind of pay-to-win route. And I get it, there's no subscription. They've got to make money somehow. But I think they leaned much too hard into that. To the point where I was like, no, I'm not playing anymore. Seeing ships hovering in the sky, clusters of robots fly away. Yeah, it does feel very much like a sci-fi setting. Definitely, yeah. It absolutely is that. mean, Shadowlands is kind of the tacked on fantasy setting, but also pretty good. I'm not sure how this will go where we jump. Oh my god, somehow my other character jumped over there. Even though follow doesn't initiate jumping. It somehow got there, so we're good. Trying not to engage with the trash, but we'll inevitably have to, I think is where we're at. Yeah, there's the Ashen Viper. Give me an eye. Yeah, this is definitely the character I've tried to carry for 200 levels, and I'm regretting it now because he can't do anything solo yet. Yay! First kill and a drop. That's what we like. Right, what else do I need for this quest line? I think we should look at this point. Oop. Right, hang on. Ending the, no. Snake eyes. Yeah. Maybe we can pre-farm the other stuff. Not sure. What the hell is the name of this quest anyway? Yeah, the real world ads was awesome. It was, yeah, the billboards doing that was it was kind of epic. Done that, done Rest of Spirit, Ashen Viper. And then we need killing the messenger. What do we need for that? Ashen Vipers, kill the messenger. You will find him. You also return an update. Killing the messenger. Next task is to confront Ira Atlin. You'll find him in Joe Plaza. Yeah, I know who he is. And then Eddie. Don't I need the courier lizard crap? Or does that come after it? Yeah, I think maybe it does. Okay, well, you know, let's get that. It's one less sort of zigzag we need to do. No. It seems that the character that's lowest is the easiest one to follow, not the other way around. So my high-level character following my low-level character does seem to work better than the other way around. Yeah, you have a billboard running ads, and it runs an actual ad. It wasn't intrusive to the game, it just felt like it was part of the game. And that was a very cool feature, but it just never quite worked. For whatever reason, the Funcom kind of abandoned it. And if you were a paid player, you could turn them off. But I never did. I thought they were cool, you know. It was like, ooh, you know. We got ads for other shit running in game. This is, you know, properly good. Because it made the billboard feel more like a billboard, you know. Ads for different games or, you know, whatever. and products didn't matter because it's a billboard. That's what it's meant to do. The fact it did it in the game you were playing didn't detract from the game in any way. In Norway, not sure if they did show to the rest of the world. The Christmas show at December month. Remember, it was a gang hanging out watching it. Anarchy Online in Old Athens. Okay. Right, we want one of the mobs from here, but we don't want all the trash. Can we just run up a post? This should get me away. I'm not sure. Yeah, pretty much. Right, okay, I don't care about those mobs. On the keeper. They just don't matter. Right. Courier lizard, let's get whatever he drops. Didn't All American Rejects do a music performance in AO? I believe so, yeah. That rings a bell. I don't know if I saw it live or not, because, you know, time zones or whatever. Oh, crap, did I just die? Oh, for fuck's sake. How did I die with that much health? That doesn't make sense. Can I turn, please? Thank you. Did it drop the thing? I thought there were... Yeah, there's two there. Right. Okay, let's try and blitz this. It's Raid for All. What's the other one called? Gotta run the whole damn way back and hope I get there before the loot expires. Yeah, we're good. We're good. They can barely hit the keeper, but obviously they spank the backside out of the lobby here. So we're running to the corpse with nearly no health. Welcome to Anarchy Online. I think they've only got like a 2-minute decay on them as well, so I don't know if we'll get there in time. I thought I'd got my lobby into a safe spot. Clearly not. Yeah, Funcom is ambitious, but they tend to ignore anything they've done previously in favour of anything they're currently working on. They're very forward focused. Oh, for fluff's sake! Again, we're dead. Surely I can heal in here. Yeah, I can. Okay, let's at least get to full health. Just kill everything in sight. Let's dimash. There we go. Now we're healed. try and get there again with no buffs, but at least healed. Maybe... Oh, I've gone the wrong effing way. Okay, you know what? Let's just go with it. Yeah, Funcom is always forward focused, so every game they make, once they feel like it's time to move on to a new project, they kind of ignore the previous game or project they were working on. And AO is one of the many, but it's also one of the first. Like, we were all laughing at the Secret World guys that thought Funcom's love and attention would be lauded on them forever. We're like, no, it won't. Wait till they release a new game and they will completely ignore you. And they were like, no, no, they love us here. We're Secret World, we're special. And we were like, no, you're not. You'll learn. And then all of a sudden they did the whatever, the first Conan game or Lego game or whatever the fluff they did. And the Secret World guys were like, wait, what's happening? Why are you ignoring us? But the game, why you no supporters anymore? You know, we were like, I told you. But we're the new shiny. You're not the new shiny anymore. There's another new shiny they're working on. And you're not it. Sorry. You're just going to have to adapt like we did. And then they did the next Conan game, and the Conan guys were, why aren't we the new shiny golden child anymore? And it was like, we were all like, well, we bloody told you. Ask the Secret World guys. You know. They do. They have this awful habit of ignoring past accomplishments. Whatever they accomplish, it's like, yeah, we've done that. Next thing, please. You know, what's the next thing, Plix? You know, that's it. I mean, it's always, everything's always on the horizon with them, you know? Maybe it's a good thing. No, it's not. You know, we've had 15 years of neglect in AO. I don't think that's a good thing. Neglect is not a good thing. No matter how you dress it up, it's not a good thing. Sorry, I disagree. Oh my god, I'm gonna die to trash. Trying to get... Oh, come on! I can't stop. If I stop, I die. I can't cast my heal yet. Oh my god, this tune is so crap. I have put no investment into their gear or anything, and it's showing a lot. Anything else aggroes me now, I'm probably dead. I wouldn't say neglect. I would. The game would have been shut down in 2017 until they discovered they couldn't shut it down because of the entanglement with the Norwegian government's investment in the startup to get the game up and running. Without that, this game would have been shut down years ago. So don't say neglect isn't neglect. It is exactly that. The patches and stuff they added to the game after that were things they had in the pipeline that they just released as and when that had already been developed. It's neglect. There's no other word for it. Sorry. We're just gonna have to disagree there. Right, we got the thing. We got the thing. Do we need another thing? Where's the rest of the quest? Oh yeah, she's dead again. Surprise, surprise. Oh God, my keeper's dead. That's definitely a surprise. Mind you, I hadn't been trying to heal. You know, I'm not going to say, I wouldn't say neglect. Well, okay, pick another word that isn't neglect. I'm speaking more along the lines of future development on the game. They're not developing it. It's been in retirement mode since 2017, and had it not been entangled with the Norwegian government, would already be shut down. It's neglect. There's no... I mean, what do you call it? Disregard? They wanted to get rid of it. They wanted to shut it down, but couldn't. They legally would have put themselves in jeopardy had they tried to, and that's the only reason the game's still here. That's it. There's nothing else, you know. You know, I mean, you can want to believe that Funcom still care about the game, but genuinely they don't. They're all in on Dune. And if Dune doesn't pan out, they'll just jump on to the next thing. And even if Dune does pan out, they will still move on to the next thing. There has been zero development on the game since 2017. They put it into retirement mode. That's what they did. You know, there really isn't anything else to say. They wanted to get rid in 2017, realised they couldn't, and said, "Oh, we're not shutting it down, but it's in maintenance mode, which means no future development." And that was nearly 10 years ago. That's my point. It's probably a good thing AO didn't continue development by whatever means this far into its lifetime. I disagree. Why is adding new dungeons, new world bosses, new expansions a bad thing? How is that a bad thing in any situation? Oh, I've got to hand the eye. Oh, Jesus. I'm so done. Right. Who else is streaming Anarchy Online? Let's have a look. Probably me and Anarchy Online live stream or something. You know, the camera channel. Let's see what Twitch says. Rubicar live feed with a pop-up. Okay. Is there anyone we know streaming? Nobody I know is streaming. I don't know who any of these people are. So, okay, let's leave it here. Oh, well. Oh, is that the thing? Don't bother. Peer pressure's already got it. Right. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. So, thank you very much for the resubs. Much appreciated. I'm going to be back tomorrow. Most likely. If not, it'll be like a Monday, Sunday stream or something like that. It would end up like, wow, now, well, you can't know that. You can't know that. Is Temple of the Three Winds 2.0, to high-level dungeon like WoW? No. Is the Subway like WoW? No. Is Pyramid of Home like WoW? No. You're just projecting something there. That's not facts. Everything they've added to the game is absolutely nothing like WoW, because you can't add things from WoW to a game like AO and expect it to work. You know, all evidence to the contrary, no. I disagree massively with that sentiment, because it doesn't pan out, it doesn't make any logical sense, and all evidence to the contrary. So, sorry, but no. yes, it could have gone the horrible route that Sony took with Star Wars Galaxies. That's a possibility. That may have happened. But I don't think so. Never mind. Okay. You know, you voiced your opinion. But that's what it is. It's an opinion. And all I'm stating is my opinion. And my opinion, I've kind of leveraged with evidence. And it doesn't quite stack up. So here we are. You know. Right. So I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to say good night all. Thank you very much. I will be back either tomorrow night. And if I'm not back tomorrow night, I'll be doing a Sunday, Monday stream. It just depends how things pan out at work. But until then, love you all, miss you all, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, folks, bye for now.